analyze learners, don't just look for their ability in the skill you're working on, consider their learning styles, interests, and preferences. Completing pre-tests, interest inventories, and having conversations with students will all benefit you in the long run. Objectives should come from what your district expects. In the St. Joseph School District, we utilize the Missouri Learning Standards. Student objectives are also built around these with guidelines for incorporating and connecting to the content being taught. When selecting methods, media, and materials, think about what you have available through your district, online, and from your peers. The needs and abilities of students must also be taken into consideration. If students are unable to use and understand what you're selecting, the lesson changes from the objective to teaching how to use those materials. Create and utilize a variety of materials and media when completing plans and lessons. Consider presentations, homework assignments, Google Forms, etc. to help address the styles of your learners. Make sure these materials and media tie into what you already have available and to the lesson fluidly. Learner participation isn't all about having students raise their hand and answer questions. Get students moving by implementing different strategies to the discussion. Kagan strategies work really well here and they're easy to use. Consider think, pair, share, stand up, hand up, pair up, and even partner talk. There are so many more to involve students in different ways. This helps them take charge of their learning as well as help others by giving a different viewpoint. When lessons are completed, give assessments or surveys to see what has been learned by the students. Revise your teaching if needed, reteach if needed, and provide feedback often. Your students are the best information providers in determining what worked well and what didn't. This model fits my district's expectations to a T. In the St. Joseph School District, and more importantly at Rubidoux Middle School, we are expected to complete pre- and post-tests, follow state and district learning objectives, and use technology in some format in all lessons. I already follow the steps of the Assure model, just not in a formal way like it's presented. By using the Assure model, I will make sure all parts of my lessons and district expectations are not left out. It will help me get into a better routine for my lessons and my teaching. The Assure model is the easiest to use for any educator. It outlines everything the educator needs to create great lessons. It lays out exactly what you need to include in a very straightforward, step-by-step format, so nothing's forgotten and it's easy to organize. This model allows creators to integrate multimedia and technology that enhance learning experiences. While all models are sufficient for effective teaching, the Assure model helps make sure you include the necessary things for teaching 21st century learners. Technology continues to have a large impact on education and teaching, but it's important to remember not all technology has to be the newest and the fanciest. According to Serhat Kurt in 2016, when selecting technology, media, and materials, you might choose simple things like chalkboards, or whiteboards, or maybe more complex things like PowerPoint, Google Forms, Google Docs, or more. Fancy tools are useful, but it ultimately boils down to having someone who knows more than what the textbook contains. This cannot be forgotten because in order to be effective, you can't just rely on textbook materials and pencil and paper. Effective lessons go beyond that, which is what the Assure model helps educators do.